Hello and welcome. My name is Robin and you're watching a Robin Reads. Today I'm going to start another reading vlog and this one is for the reading rush. And yeah, I'm really excited. The reading rush started yesterday. Yesterday was Monday, today's Tuesday. And I just want to go over the things I'm going to read for the reading rush. I also mentioned them in my TBR, but just going over them quickly. Can't really remember the challenges, so I'm only going over the books. If you want to know more, just check out my TBR for this month. But let's get started with all the books that I want to read, have read and am reading. So the first ones I'm going to talk about are the ones that I haven't read yet. The first one is this one. The Theater, A Letter and the Truth by Arie Mulisch, one of the most famous authors from the Netherlands. I'm going to read this. Then I'm also going to read this one. Manga Messiah by, not sure, by Hidenori Kumai. Yeah, so that one I'm going to read. I'm also going to read The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. The ones that I have already read, because I started out yesterday with two very small books, so just read them very quickly. First one is this one. It's a weird Dutch title, so Rinkeldekink by Martine Bijl. This one is like a very short autobiographical little book. And yeah, I really liked it. It's a very hard to read because she's talking about I don't know what it's called in English, but like a very direct translation is brain bleeding. That's not the correct word, but you get hopefully what I mean. And therefore she talks about her experience with that and how it changed her. And yeah, very important book. Unfortunately very small, so therefore I gave it only 4 stars because I actually wanted more, but I get why it's so short. But yeah, but good read. And then I read this one, The Sea, A Song by Slauerhoff. This is a poetry collection. And I really like this one. I gave it 4 stars as well. I think, no, 3.5. I find it very, very hard to rate poetry because, yeah, no, I liked a couple of them and others were meh, or I didn't really understand them, but therefore just sort of a random rating. But yeah, I will have my Goodreads review. There will be the ones that I really liked. So if you're Dutch, you can check that out. Then I also started 2 books. Yesterday I started with this one, The Glass Castle by Jeannette, I think, Walsh. This is a biography, memoir by her. And I saw the movie. That is a challenge also, that you have seen the movie before and then read the book. And I saw the movie. The movie was, very impactful, so I want to read the book as well. The book is, a bit, don't want to say boring, but it's a bit repetitive at the moment, and I'm pretty far into it. I have read this part, but yeah, so it's a bit meh, so therefore I picked up another book, and I picked up The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. This one is with the challenge. I want to read the book for quite some time, and it's a pretty short one. I'm also reading this for my monthly keyword reading challenge because boy is the keyword this month. So that was convenient. And yeah, I'm not very far into this, like 40 pages I think. 30 pages even. And but yeah, it's, I think, already a pretty good story. It's about this boy named Bruno, and he's 9 years old. And he has to go with his parents to some very weird place. He thinks it's a very cold place and very creepy, and he sees these children outside of his window. That's how far I've gotten. And he lives in Germany in World War II, basically, so you kind of know what's going on, also with the cover and stuff. But yeah, that's this one. I didn't tell you what this one was about, by the way. Yeah, it's about her life, of course. Jeannette Walls, grew up with, sort of weird parents. They're pretty weird. Her parents are like very free folk kind of, in a kind of way. And yeah, they don't like rules and stuff like that. And it's a pretty tough read, but I already knew the story, so I know I'm not super liking it, but I think the writing is pretty good. But yeah, some stuff is just a little bit repetitive. But that's that one, and yeah, that's pretty much how far I've gotten. So yeah, I finished 2 already, so that's very good. Currently reading these 2, and still need to read these 3. But yeah, I think I'm doing well. I need to read like 200 pages a day, which is a lot, but you know, for example, this one is a poetry collection, so I could read this pretty quickly, I think. And yeah, of course, this one is a manga, so probably also very quickly. So I think I could manage. So we shall see. But I will update you later when I have finished something. So yeah, later. Hello, it's Thursday today. I updated you last on Tuesday. And I have a lot of updates because I finished 3 books. And I also am changing up my TBR because I didn't really like the books I chose. So first let's talk about the books I finished. So the first book I finished yesterday was this one, The Glass Castle by Jeannette Walls. This one I gave 3.5 stars because I like the movie better, which is rare, but it happened. And just the writing was very good, but the story itself was, hard to say, but it was a little bit boring and a little bit repetitive because she, talks about her childhood, and basically the whole time it's like, we're staying there for a bit, then go there, stay there, go there. That's basically it. And got a little bit repetitive, and I just want to know more about like the other members of her family, like her parents, where do they come from, and stuff like that. And I was missing that a bit. But yeah, I read this and enjoyed reading it. So that was that one. Then I read this one, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas by John Boyne. I read this one for... by the way, I read this one for the challenge to have watched the movie and then read the book. I watched this movie in the cinema when it came out. This one I read for the challenge, so the title starts with the. And I didn't really like this. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But I gave this one 3 stars. So why didn't I really like it? This was, not very super well written. The writing was just a bit okay. And what I really didn't like was repetitiveness in this book. So there were a couple of lines that were just used a lot of times, which became just very boring and annoying. And it's called The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, but that boy comes like maybe halfway through. And just a little bit about him, but not very much. And I think kids need to know more than this story tells. But I still think it's a good book for children. But it just wasn't really for me. Didn't really super enjoy it, unfortunately. Then I read this one, The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. I think I read this for... let me look it up. I have my notebook here. Let me see. I read this for the prompt. Read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. And this genre is like contemporary poetry or yeah, something like that. It's basically a novel in verse and I've never read that, so that really counts for this challenge. So what did I think of this? This is about... I didn't really tell you what that other book was about. Wait. This one, The Buoyancy Pajamas, is about this boy called Bruno, and Bruno lives in Germany. And in Germany the war happens, and his father is a very well-known commandant, something like that. And he needs to go to Outwith, he calls it Outwith, with his parents, and he needs to stay there. But he hates it there, but he, again, which I said halfway through the book, meets this little boy who lives on the other side of the fence, and he wears striped pajamas basically, and they form a friendship. That's what this one is about. This one is about Michael, and Michael is a young guy who, I think he basically knows that he's gay, but he is really struggling with his identity, just because other people, have a lot to say about it. But basically this is about Michael finding his identity and becoming the Black Flamingo. And as I said, this is a book in a novel in verse. So yeah, basically just poetry, which I found very difficult to read, because I don't know really how you read this, because it didn't really rhyme that much, and poetry that doesn't rhyme, I often just don't know how to read it. So I just read it like a normal book, basically, which I think is fine, but I would have loved to just listen to this, but I don't have access to audiobooks really, so, but I will look for that when I am able to do that, because I think that will be way better. But yeah, I really love this story. He tells it very open, and just I just really loved it. Gave it 4.5 stars because, as I said, the poetry was a bit difficult for me, so therefore not a full 5 stars, but still a very good book. So if you want to read a diverse queer book, then this one is awesome. A lot of people have talked about it, but I think it is awesome. The poetry itself was, I think, pretty good. I couldn't really understand it that much, but that's on me. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. Then I just finished this one today, by the way. So just like half an hour ago. So I need to read the other books. I have 2 left, I think. Yeah, 2 left. So on my TBR I had this one, Manga Messiah. This was once for read the book that takes place on a different continent than where you live. But I started this one, I read like 2 pages, and I was like, I really don't want to read this. It's in Dutch and the translation is very off, and I actually just don't really need or want to know this story. So I'm just getting rid of this, don't really want to read it. So then I decided to pick up this one, Anyone But You by Jennifer Crusie. And I don't really know if this one is based on another continent, but I think it's from the United States. So that is on another continent. And otherwise I'm going to use this for read a book in a genre you always want to read more of, because I actually do want to read more romance, and this one takes place in... Oh no, this one is in England, so I can't use that. So I need to read that one for that. But I also started this one, The Theater, the Letter, and the Truth by Harry Mulisch, for, let me see, read the first book you touch. And I really am not liking it. I read like 10 pages, hating it. No, not really hating it, but just really don't liking it. And I don't want to read anything that I don't like. So I probably will read this one for the touch one, maybe. And then maybe find something else for the continent one. But I don't know what my options are. So as you can see behind me, I have books there, and also over there. So I need to pick something else. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to pick, because as you can see, I have a lot of like bigger books on my shelves, and most of them are actually Dutch. And of course, that's not on a continent that I'm not from. So it's even in the country that I'm from. So a little bit of a struggle right now. I thought, by the way, that I might read this one, The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. But it's pretty long and pretty dense. I know I read his other book and it was pretty hard to read, so I don't think this is a very good idea. I have this one as well, Holes by Louis Sager. This one is on my TBR Purse challenge, so it would be nice to read that one as soon as possible. And it's not too big, so I think I just am going to read this. It's about 200 pages, so that is doable. I have 3 days left and like 1.5 hours. And I think this one is set in the United States. So I hope. So I will just read this one, I think. Let me look inside if there is anything. Yeah, it's from New York, so it's probably set in the United States, I presume. So I'm just gonna read this one, I think, because I think this is a very weird book, and I am in the mood for just something different, because I have been reading like, yeah, a couple of more difficult books. And of course I have this one, so that will be nice as well. I don't know which one I'm going to start. They're both on my TBR Purse challenge, so they're both pretty, yeah, right on top of my TBR like list. But I think I'm going to start with this one, because I just really want to read something light, fluffy, and fast. So I think I'm just gonna read this one right now, and then I'm going to update you later on what I think of this, and when I start this. I have, as I said, 3 days left, so I think it will be pretty easy to just read these. Because I have actually, for the last reading rush last year, I read another Jennifer Crusie in like 1 day, and this one's also pretty short, and I think this one will be awesome because it's about a dog, so this is going to be great. So I'm just going to start this, and we'll update you tomorrow, or whenever, when I finish this. So see you later. Hello, so it's Saturday today, so the 1 day before last of the reading rush, and I finished Anyone But You last night. Really liked it. Very fun and quick read. It's a romance. I think I talked about what it's about. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I gave it 4 stars because there were some explicit scenes which I didn't really like. But the rest was a lot of fun and very funny. So, highly recommend. Then the last book that I started, and also the last book for the reading rush, is Walsh by Louis Sachar or something. Really liking this for it's pretty weird. Not super far into it, but I hope I can get a chunk done today and finish it up tomorrow. So, quick little update on that, and I will update you tomorrow and wrap up this vlog. Hello again. So this is the last day of the reading rush. It's Sunday. Hope you like my shirt, by the way. I'm going out for dinner tonight and I'm wearing my new shirt. But let's talk about the reading rush. So I wrote down the 3 vlog challenges that I came up with to do in your vlog. So the first one is make a cup of tea or coffee. So I'm going to insert a clip here of me making tea. But yeah, probably wasn't that nice because I have like a cooker. Don't know if you have that in your country, but it doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing. Then the second one is match your outfit to a book. So I didn't really want to do that because I'm wearing this very nice shirt and I don't want to change. But I sort of came up with a book, and that is this one because it has flowers here on the cover and I have sort of same kind of flowers over here. You can see it there. So sort of, but I didn't really want to change. And then the third one is tell us one of your favorite book stories. So don't really know what to tell you actually. Maybe that I got 2 amazing books yesterday or the day before. In my neighborhood there are a couple of free little libraries. I actually have one of myself in my front yard, and I every couple of evenings in the week I walk by this very big free little library, and I saw these 2 books and I was super excited because I almost never see English books in these things. Well, a couple of them, but not in very good condition. And then I saw these 2, and as you can see, they're just super new. And the first one is Strange the Dreamer by Leighton Taylor. And this one is a very popular book on BookTube, but I never read it because my library has the Dutch edition, but I don't want to read YA in Dutch because it's always a bit frustrating. And then I saw this and I was super excited. So yeah, that one. And then I found this one, Wing Jones by Catherine Weber. I think she's a pretty famous author, but yeah, then I saw this and it's just super cool. I don't know what this book is about, but it just looked so awesome that I was like, I'm just gonna get this. So yeah, that is a nice book story maybe for you. But let's talk about the books I read for the reading rush. So let's grab my little pile right here. So yesterday I talked about Anyone But You and also about Walsh. So I actually finished Walsh this afternoon, and it was okay. It was a fun read. I gave it 3 stars. The writing was okay. I have actually read one of his books before and I liked it, but again wasn't super overwhelmed. Also gave it 3 stars, I think, so this is just an average rating kind of writer for me. The story of this was just nice, but yeah, a little bit weird, and not weird enough actually. But yeah, I liked it, but it just wasn't super awesome. So let's do like a recap for all of the books. I hope I can remember which book I read for which prompt. Don't really know. But so the first book I read was this one. No, this one I read first. The Sea, a Song by Slauerhoff. This poetry collection. I gave this, I think, 3.5 stars. I read this for the first prompt, that you need to pick a book with the color of your birthstone. My birthstone is dark red, and this is dark red. I thought it could count, so that one. Then I read this one, Rinkeldekink by Martine Bijl. Gave this one 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. And this one I read for reading a book outside your house the whole time. I read this at my neighbor's house in the yard. Then I finished The Glass Castle by Jeannette Walls. I gave this one 3.5 stars, I believe. And this one I read for the prompt, you've watched the movie and then read the book. I've watched this movie before, so that's why I chose this one. Then I read The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas by John Boyne. I gave this book 3 stars. And I read this one for the prompt with title that starts with the, basically. And yeah, that's this one. Then I read The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. This one I read for, I think, yeah, out of your genre. So one genre that you want to read more of. This is poetry, so therefore I chose this one. And yeah, really enjoyed it, gave it 4.5 stars. Then I read Anyone But You by Jennifer Crusie. Read this one for the prompt to read a book set on another continent than your own, I think. And I gave this one 4 stars, enjoyed it. And then lastly I read Walsh, as I talked about. This one I read for the prompt, can't remember. Really can't remember. But I will insert it here or something. And I gave this one 3 stars, as I mentioned. So overall I read 7 books this week, and I'm very proud of myself, and I achieved the reading rush, and I'm just super grateful and happy that I did that, and I had a great reading week. So yeah, that's this vlog. So I really hope you enjoyed the reading rush, and let me know down below how you have done, if you participated, and if you liked the event. Yeah, I really hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe, and I will see you later.